Firstly, the sun represents how we self express ourselves, traits or genes of our biological father. So the sun can describe the relationship you have with your fathers, even the relationship with the step or adopted father as well. The sun is entrepreneurship, what makes us confident to the point where you do things you normally wouldn't, like how a drunk person gets liquor courage. What makes us egotistical, what we boss around or who tries to boss us around. The sun is about independence and being a leader. The sun isn't exactly management, that is Saturn and Virgo placements, although the sun placements can make you have the top positions regarding where it is placed. Leadership positions. Whereas the moon represents our feelings. How do you feel like dressing up today? How you feel about going to work today? So the moon has a lot to do with a person's mindset. The moon represents our mother's step, adopted, and of course our biological mother, since you inherit the genes from your biological mother. The moon deals with caretaking and what we take care of. The moon shows what makes us sensitive and what we have an emotional attachment towards. Easy. This is a narcissistic placement. You don't need a medical professional to analyze this. Whenever I think of this conjunction, Conor McGregor comes to my mind because he has a Sun, Mercury, and Moon conjunction the day he was born. Regardless, when the Sun is conjunct the Moon, a person uses his or her feelings or emotions to express themselves, meaning they have a tendency to make things about their needs. Since the moon deals with our feelings play a major impact on how we go about things throughout our daily lives. Combine that with independence that the sun brings. You put your emotions, needs, feelings first above anything else. You basically view things on how it can affect you solely. On top of that, we all have emotions, right? And care about something. This means what you care about would always be known because you use your emotions as a form of self expression. Think about a child that starts crying in Walmart because they want a new toy. That is this conjunction in a nutshell. How you feel about things, you would let it be known. So it is like a boisterous or biggity person with this conjunction. Actually, the better terminology is called ego and being egomaniacal. You don't know what type of person you would get from this sun and moon conjunction. How they feel about something, especially if it makes them sad or depressed. They would let it be known. Furthermore, these people don't want to be told how they should use their emotions. For example, if you have a young child with this conjunction and you shout at them to stop crying or to stop caring about something, they will back talk you because they get a sense of courage for the things they take care of. Your child wants to be in control of his or her emotions. To get a better idea of this conjunction, you need to understand the house placement and especially the sign this conjunction is in. People with this conjunction will demonstrate perfectly what that zodiac sign represents. For example, the Sun and Moon conjunction in the Pisces sign in the third or ninth house would make a person post on social media constantly about their drug habits. Yet, if you tell them through texts that they shouldn't be drinking alcohol on the weekends, then they would get into ego conflicts or arguments with you. On the flip side, they could come across as someone who is self centered but with lots of delusions. So they would go on social media and make things about themselves for no reason or for all the wrong reasons. Let us move further into seeing how this conjunction affects parents and relationship with those people. I never tested this, but if you go by the basis, the sun being the father and moon representing the mother, these two planets together can indicate that one of the parents has to take on the other parent's role, which may indicate single parenting, even if the other parent is alive. Growing up, you may just had a mother that had to be like a father to you because your father just wasn't in your life, vice versa. On the flip side, most likely, this might just mean your parents are always together, especially during the sun or moon antardashas, which can indicate your parents having a long term close relationship or marriage together. Since both parents are often around each other or in a real life conjunction, if you get what I'm saying, they become the physical embodiment of what a conjunction really is. Furthermore, how you interact with parents is kind of funny or bipolar. You interact with them differently, so the fourth and tenth house becomes very important if someone has this conjunction. First, when amongst or around your mother, you become confident. You start acting in a way that you normally don't. You start acting like a boss when she is nearby your presence. It doesn't even have to be towards her, just in general, or generally speaking, I should say. For example, if I go to your house and when your mother isn't there, you tend to act shy. Now, if I go to your house and your mother is there, for some reason you become more outwardly extroverted, less shy, bossy. This conjunction definitely affects how you interact with your mother personally because the sun is ego conflicts. Ego conflicts are coming wherever your mother is, which means you get into lots of arguments with your mother about who is right and who is wrong. For example, your mother thinks you should do something a certain way, and you would object to that suggestion. As a result, arguments or ego conflicts can happen. Additionally, when you get into ego conflicts about who is right and stuff, especially with your mother, you become emotional and may even cry or get sad about the arguments with your mother. When arguing with your mother, you make stuff too much about yourself. Again, keep in mind when you get into ego conflicts with anyone, not just your mother, you become emotional. So, for example, if you have the sun and moon conjunction in your third house, you would get into ego conflicts with your younger siblings and trying to determine who is right or trying to boss around each other will make you feel emotional in that moment. In addition, your mother possesses strong qualities of what the sun in astrology represents. She basically becomes the human embodiment of the sun, especially in your presence. You may notice your mother loves shouting for no reason, especially towards you. She just likes to boss things around, especially you. Your mother likes to have control over things, especially you. Yet your father, on the other hand, is different or the opposite. Your father acts like how we expect those traditional mothers you see on TV act. Remember those stay at home moms that like to cook and clean? Shoots, your father might actually be a stay at home dad due to this conjunction. These stuff happen because your father possesses lots of motherly qualities, meaning your father has what society deems as feminine tendencies, yet in this case for good reasons. Rather than your father being a macho man with disregards for others, he is the opposite and wants to take care of, be kind to things, and emotional. Basically, your father has a big heart. As a result, you inherited those traits, hence why you are very emotional. Your father is very sensitive towards his surroundings. A conjunction like this, though in a person's chart, I think makes them act more like the mother. To be clear with what I'm saying, whoever has this conjunction acts more so like the mother. Whichever house this conjunction is in, you would notice you act just like your mother does towards those things. Additionally, people with this conjunction in their birth charts would have an emotional attachment towards the father more due to the influence of the moon. So a person might just like their father more, but again, the fourth and the 10th house would matter a lot when someone has this conjunction. Lastly, the moon has to do with someone's mental health or psychology. So you take great pride in whatever mental diagnosis you have. It is very likely you are a narcissist with this placement, so you would identify or have a persona where you would go around telling people you are a narcissist. You would be like, man, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just a narcissist. But do narcissists ever admit being narcissists? I am editing this video and it made me realize that people with this conjunction can be very bipolar as well, because bipolar people tend to not hide their emotions.